Good morning, everyone. This is Andrew on day 6 of the 500K challenge put on by Bill Allen of 7-Figure Flipping. I'm coming on here live every day to share a little bit about the life of a real estate investor, some tips and tricks, and what it's like in my life, and spread the word. Anyway, so today I wanted to ask, are you hitting your retirement goals? And the chances are you're going to say no. I believe most people feel that they're not getting the returns they need on their investments, and certainly it's becoming increasingly difficult to save your way to retirement. So I asked myself the same question a few years back. Do some research and you find that your mutual funds are not performing in the way that you think they are. Generally speaking, if you are getting, say, 5 or 6% return on your mutual fund, that with the fees and the management fees and the hidden fees and the trading fees and so on and so forth, you really aren't getting what you think you're getting, and probably more like 2 or 3%. Savings accounts, you're getting 1%, maybe 1.5% in a high interest. Anyway, real estate has been the wealth source of the rich and powerful for a long time, dating back to kings and queens and so on and so forth. So really, it's been a proven wealth building strategy. The other one is to build a business, of course, and if you have a successful business, you are going to be wealthy as well. But a business takes a lot of work, and investing in real estate passively does not take a lot of work. Certainly, as an active real estate investor, it's a full-time job for me. But if you wanted to invest passively in real estate, it's as simple as sort of cutting a check type of thing. Anyway, let me paint a picture for you. So you have a retirement account and you're saving money, and every day it just gets a little bit bigger, and you're watching it, and it, maybe in a boom it grows, and then COVID hits and it tanks, as it's happened recently. So now you're back to sort of what you look at it and say, well, I'm back to where I was last year. Now, of course, it grows over time, and that's pretty much guaranteed that over time it will grow. But you have to put in dollar for dollar. You're working for those dollars, and let's take $100,000 as an example. You put it in a mutual fund. You have to have $100,000 to put in that mutual fund. In real estate, you can put on an investment property, you can put 20% down, so that's $20,000, and you get a $100,000 asset. Well, that sounds pretty good. Why wouldn't I do that? Now, add on to that, okay, who pays the $80,000 difference? Well, the tenants pay the $80,000 difference. Okay, so now I have essentially a piggy bank that I have contributed the first $20,000 into, and somebody else is putting the rest in, and at the end of the day I get $100,000. Well, that sounds amazing. Now let's factor in appreciation. If you want to be conservative, you could factor 2 or 3% inflationary appreciation. That in most markets is not the case. If I was to be conservative, I would probably put it at 5%, but the reality is most markets nowadays are sort of 10 or 15%, depending on where you are. So now, you're gaining on that $100,000. You're gaining $10,000 a year. So not only did I only put $20,000 and somebody else is paying the difference, and it's growing in value every year. So when you look at your investment numbers, I think that the general statement right now is, I think we're actually up to 15% of your income to save for retirement, and I believe that number is somewhere between $1 million and $2 million at the point that you're already retired, in order to be able to survive the next 20 years of your life. And we're living a lot longer too, so I'd almost factor 30 years after retirement. So I lost my train of thought there for a second. Anyway, so if you have the asset and you're growing it, it's growing, you're not paying for it. If you did that a couple of times, you could build up a portfolio of houses. It's not as many as you think you would need. Not to mention you're getting cash flow along the way. And if you didn't need it, if you're gainfully employed, you could just put that cash flow back into an investment fund. And as your properties are increasing in value, say it comes up to $150,000, well, you could take out equity from that property, another $20,000, and buy a $100,000 house again, and just keep doing that and snowball it over and over. So you could pretty quickly, I mean, think about $1 million in assets in houses. I mean, heck, in Toronto, that's one house. You're done. You know, if you could do that in Toronto, I mean, nobody is renting in Toronto for enough money to even cover a, you know, an $800,000 mortgage. But if you apply it in smaller markets, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 houses, and you're at $1 million. There, done. Your retirement's set. Anyway, I just wanted to share that and get people thinking about investing in real estate. And if you have any questions, like, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm surprised that I haven't got as many questions digging into the nitty-gritty of real estate, but maybe it's just too soon. I'm in day 6. Really do reach out. Any question about real estate, any question at all. You know, you don't have to invest with me to ask me questions. I'm an open book. I quite enjoy talking about real estate. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching, and hope you enjoy the replay. Take care.